Let's consider this question. We are asked that for what value of x will 2x plus 3 over x squared minus 5x plus 6 undefined? If you are having this kind of question before you, for it to be undefined, it means that the expression we are having at the denominator must be equal to 0. So what do we need to do? We have to equate the expression we are having at the denominator to 0. Then we now solve whatever value of x we have, that is the required value of x. So let's equate this to 0 and solve. Then at this point, what we now need to do is to solve this quadratically, because we're having quadratic equation already. All we need to do is just to find the two factors that when we add them together, they will give us 5. And by the time we multiply the factors together, they will give us 6. And I think two factors that can give us minus 5, when we add them together, should be minus 2 minus 3. And when we multiply minus 2 minus 3 together, we are expected to have 6. So let's write them out. At this point, what we need to do is to factorize. We pair these two together and factorize it, then these two together and factorize out the common term. The common variable we are having here is just x. Then we now have x in the bracket. While the common term we are having here is just 3. So if you now want to check whether what we are having here will give us this, just use x to open the bracket. X multiplied by x will give us x squared. X multiplied by minus 2 will give us minus 2x, which is the same thing as this. Then minus 3 multiplied by x will give us minus 3x. Then minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 will give us plus 6. So it's exactly the same thing we are having. So we have no problem. We need to continue with our factorization. Since we are having two of these to be the same, you can see what we are having here, x minus 2, and we're having x minus 2 here. What we now need to do is just to pick one of these, then we will now pair this together. So we have something like this. So then we will now equate each of this bracket to 0. So by the time we equate each of this bracket to 0, the two will cross the equality sign then and become positive. The same thing as 3 will cross the equality sign and become positive. We will now have something like x equal to 2 or x equal to 3. So x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 3. So if you look at the equation again, we were asked that for what value of x will 2x plus 3 divided by x squared minus 5x plus 6 undefined. So the value of x that will make this whole expression to be undefined is either 2 or 3. So if you now want to check whether this is true, let's check now. So if we are to substitute 2 into this, we will have something like 2 open brackets 2 plus 3 divided by 2 square minus 5 open brackets 2 plus 6. Let's break it down further. 2 times 2, we have 4. 4 plus 3, that gives us 7. So let's check this side. 2 raised to the power of 2, that gives us 4. Then we have 4 here, minus 5 times 2, that gives us 10, plus 6. When you collect the like terms together, you're having something like 7 over 4 plus 6, it gives us 10. That is 10 minus 10. And 10 minus 10 will be equivalent to 0. So we now have 7 over 0. You can try out this 3 and see that it will still give us 0 at the denominator. And when you are having anything being divided by 0, it means that the whole expression or equation become undefined.